looks so clean now. It might be our last day of baling hay. We'll see. If summertime had a smell, it would be... Guys, I got another goodie box. So this is a local Missouri company, and it's really exciting. They are doing some limited edition stuff today, and it's Farmer Friday. So you guys go check them out. We'll just unbox it together. Look, Foxy Roxy. That's what it reminds me of. And it's Farmer Friday, so check out that cute little print. Isn't it adorable? And a cow one. And, oh yeah, Chaos Coordinator. These fit me just so well. I know most of you guys are men, but you can show to your wives and girlfriends these cute little headbands from Lilac Market. Again, they are local to Missouri. I have a code right there. You guys can go check them out. Thank you, girls, so much for my cute headbands. If summertime had a smell, it would be hay. I wish you guys could smell how good this looks. I mean, smell it. It does smell delicious if I was going to eat it. But it is beautiful, beautiful hay. Beautiful, clean hay. So the other day, Jason and I started cleaning out the cattle barn, what we called the cattle barn down here. Way back when, before he built those other barns, he actually put hay in this barn. And it's been several years, like several, since we've actually had to put hay in it. So that's what we are working on now, is putting hay in the barn. This is how you know when he cares. It's the little things like go sit in the tractor because he knows I just don't feel the best. He's putting in some more twine, and he was talking about shortening up my bale length just a little bit, like so you can kind of see what he's doing right there. Looking around. Welcome back, gang. We're on the move. This might be one of the last fields I do small square baling. I don't know if I'll bale tomorrow. I don't know what all he still has down. But we'll see. I really, really like him to go first. Went and had lunch, and it was really hard not to have steak for lunch today because it's Steak Friday at our local restaurant where all our farmers kind of gather on Fridays to chit chat, whatever we do. And I had to order something else today for lunch. So this is probably one of the last few days of hay that we're gonna have for small square baling. We actually opted out to bale a couple of our paddocks that we typically graze cows on because there was a couple fields that are not very far from here, hay fields that did not have the quality that we really wanted to cut. So we left those and we're gonna move the cows up there to graze on, and then we chose to mow and bale these beautiful windrows. Look at that. I mean, these are the windrows like we should have.
Really nice hay.
These are the windrows we should have had all year long. I think this is brome. Hold on, I'll confirm. Is this mostly brome?
That is all. This would be classified as second cutting. We grazed it first and then brush hogged it, and then now it just come back really good grass, so we are baling it.
There you go, from the man himself, baling it. This isn't something we typically do. We actually haven't baled any of these paddocks since we got the cows. Essentially, these fields, call them fields today, but these paddocks were taken from us wanting to bale. Like, we baled it 1 year, and then we started fencing it off and got the cows. And believe it or not, I wish I had footage. Okay, so we bought this farm. We bought this in 2017. The radios are really nice because we can talk between each other. Okay, so we bought this in 2017, okay? I was still working full time. We bought it for hay ground from one of our landlords. We bought it for hay ground, and Jason's wife thought it would be a great idea to get cows. And Lucy was one of our very first bottle babies that I got from a friend. So Lucy's number one. She was a bottle calf in 17, and then we just kind of slowly started growing our herd, and we've been really focusing on getting good crosses between the Angus and the red Herefords to get our black Herefords. So this field is the first time it's been cut for hay since 18, I believe, 19. We did do all the seeding ourselves. We've done all the fertilizer, but when we first bought this property, the whole property, all the cow paddocks, was nothing but like thistle trees and thorn bushes, and you couldn't hardly walk out here without getting like scratched by the thorns. So I wish I could have provided you guys with what it looked like before. And the property right next to us that we rent now, I would be able to kind of show you a little bit of that, but the fact that this looks the way it does now is just, it's crazy. Blows my mind always. In all honesty, this is how our windrows should have looked, like how our field should have been grouped, with hay sitting out all summer, not just. But it is what it is. We are very thankful for the hay that we were able to put up. The days we've spent in the tractor. I am looking at a date with Jason. I know it won't be the first week of October. We just got way too much going on already. So it might be like maybe mid-October when we kind of have a few minutes to slow down, breathe, and I'll schedule that live so that way you guys have plenty of time to kind of put it in your mind. But we'll talk about the 1842S, the differences between it and the 1840, the accumulator, the tractors, anything you guys want to talk about, really. I mean, by now you guys might be sick of listening to me talk. Maybe you guys want to talk. We are going into our slower season, if farming has a slower season, and I am very much, I'm ready for like just a little bit of slower pace for my own sanity. Good stress and health and all the things. I didn't realize how hard it would be to change my diet. When you're a beef producer and that's what your freezer is full of, it's a little bit of a challenge. But we're making do. I'm learning. I'm adjusting. Sort of. It might be our last day of baling hay. We'll see. This is the only downside about fall. Is the sun sets a little bit sooner. With a gorgeous moon. I wish you guys like my camera would give you better justice of how beautiful the moon is. It almost looks like the sun over there, but it's not. She looks so clean now. So she's so clean, what's that mean?
We're done baling.
We're
Like little baling.
done little baling. So how many? Yeah, we got big squares. So since we got the 1842S, we put on her 18,250 even small square bales. Do you know what we had on the 1840?
I thought it was 1301.
Okay, I might have a video. I'll have to look. So you want to talk about the difference between the 42 and the 40?
So the 42 is basically a 16 by 18 baler with a 14 by 18 chamber, the 42S.
Yes, because there's a difference between the 1842 and the 1842S.
So they basically took the same characteristics of the 16 by 18 and then just made it where it makes a 14 by 18 bale.
So how do you feel overall? I mean, I know I ran the baler for the most part, but you finished up baling the other day in it. What did you see different-wise with the 40 to the 42S? Was there things that you liked better about this one over the other one, or something that you didn't like, per se? How do you feel about it?
I would just say more capacity for sure. And everything's a little heavier. It's being like the needle arm. It's heavier made than the 1840, and everything's just a little bit more commercialized. Like,
You want to explain that a little bit more in depth?
like there's parts that are heavier for like longevity in the baler life.
For the guy that's making more bales.
Yeah,
So
there's bigger chains now. So like this chain here is a stuffer chain. It used to be on the other side. It was a 60 chain. Now it's an 80 chain. So
I sheared one stuffer bolt the whole year.
And then the tensioner is on that side. It's not on the right side now.
It's a busy man, guys. Busy man.
But,
Okay, what were you saying about the stuffer?
so it's on this side instead of on the left side. The plunger or the flywheel, it's bigger diameter for more velocity.
And it has this opening on this side. I kind of enjoyed that because my little short arms was able to reach on both sides. So one of the things I did have somebody ask at Farm Progress Show, and I did not know the answer because I guess I just obviously didn't pay enough attention, that the PTO is offset.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember why they said that they offset it?
No, but I'm sure it has something to do with drive chains and all that, where, you know, they have to have it over so far for, I mean, so it's like for your drive goes over here, but then there's probably a shaft that comes out of the gearbox that runs the plunger, and that's, see, it's kind of
At an angle.
an angle there. The plunger has to be in the center, so.
What is your main reason? Like, we've ran the 1840 for 6 years prior to this. What's your main reason for having an inline baler?
It's just simple. Like, there's you're driving over your windrow and you never have anything in the way. So and you're going down the road, it's all one lane. You know, you stay in your lane and you don't have to worry about getting over in a ditch to have a car pass you or anything like that. You're not wide going down the road.
It's easier for his wife to manhandle. That's all I've ever ran. I didn't run any of his other balers. I ran the Agco 74. What was it? What did you have before that?
7115.
7115.
You know, another thing is too is in alfalfa, you're lifting your crop 10 inches off the ground instead of, you know, 20, 22 inches. I don't know what a pickup is on another model baler, but you know, you're lifting that crop off minimal off the ground.
How did you feel about the augers? Because they're different than the 1840.
I like them now, but you also have a bigger feeding throat. It's a lot wider, and I think it's deeper.
I didn't have it like for, other than when we had a little bit of wet hay.
Yeah,
I didn't really have a problem like
And you have
slugging it.
dual stuffer forks now.
So I didn't shear. Would we shear maybe?
This throat's a lot wider than an 1840. Like a lot.
I'll try to pull up the 1840 and put it like next to each other. Because I do have that. Overall, I was very impressed with how things changed over. It was, you know, essentially running the same baler, just a bigger girl, and did a little bit faster job. The windrows that we baled last week on that 40 acres of second cut grass, I was still able to push, I don't know, 2 miles per hour, whereas with the 1840, I probably would have had to slow down just a little bit more. If you guys have questions for Jason, drop them in the comments below and he'll hit on them, right? Mm-hmm. And maybe we'll do a live now that we are in the home stretch. You just got a couple more days, right? Mm-hmm. Large square in and filled up this barn that hasn't had hay in it probably for at least 5 years. We can talk about the 5S. Maybe you guys would like a video where we like kind of line up the deers versus this one. Jason can kind of talk to you guys about it a little bit more between, you know, running the 6145, the 120 versus this one. Because essentially this is the same size tractor as the 120, but has the horsepower as the 145, right? Okay. What's on your agenda now?